Hello my friends, and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be sharing my realistic winter family evening routine. I'm a mama of 4. My husband gets home pretty late, so I just do what I can until he gets home to help me. And on this night when he got home, he had to change the oil in his car, so he was outside for a while. So we are going to go ahead and tackle some dinner. So for dinner time, whenever I make a pack of chicken, I like to split the chicken breast to make 2 meals out of it. So for our first meal, I'm going to be making a delicious tomato chicken recipe, and I'll have this recipe down below in my description box if y'all want to follow it. And I'm also going to be making some chicken Alfredo with the other 2 chicken breasts. Making 4 chicken breasts in one meal is way too much for our family. My teenager does not really eat meat. She doesn't eat chicken or any kind of like ground beef. She will eat like honey ham. She won't eat a real ham, but she will eat honey ham, and she'll eat chicken nuggets and bacon, but for the most part she doesn't really eat meat. So I always make her something else and make sure she's getting plenty of good nutrition. So I'm going to go ahead and make these 2 meals specifically so we can have leftovers for dinner the next night, and also for lunches. My husband always grabs lunch to go, and it's much cheaper if I just cook it at home instead of buying the freezer meals that are already made in the store. So I do like to go ahead and prep food and have it ready to go in the fridge for quick and easy to grab lunches. So I usually start our evening routine around 5 p.m. My kids get home around 4ish, and we have a little bit of time to do our homework and get settled in, and then I will jump start on dinner. And it's really nice on those nights where I'm making a crock pot meal or something I can just pop in the oven, or when we have leftovers, because I feel like I have so much more time to spend with my kids and focus on their homework, because it's just me by myself trying to help them and entertain them for the evening. So I'm gonna go ahead and make these 2 dinners. This chicken was so delicious, and it's something a little different than just your typical everyday dinner. So I do like to share fun new ideas for y'all to try, and this one was really good. My husband really loved it, and I just paired it with some mozzarella sticks with some marinara sauce, since it already has all the veggies and the chicken. And I'm using basil in here. You can also use parsley or oregano, really just your seasonings of choice, but I really love to use oregano and basil and parsley in my dishes. And I am definitely a clean as I go kind of girl. I like to just clean as I'm cooking. I don't let it pile up and then have a huge mess at the end. And typically I would go ahead and have my dishes done and everything clean before I started dinner, but since I was making 2 dishes this night, I wanted to go ahead and get started. So while my chicken is cooking, I'm just going to be like cooking and cleaning all at the same time. My kids also have chores. You will see my teenager, she will come in and she will do the dishes. She unloads the dishwasher for me, and I load the dishwasher. So it's kind of a team effort. And every night after my kids have completed their chores, they get to put their star or their heart in their jar, and when their jar gets full, then they get a surprise. So it's just a nice reward system that works for us. And what are my kids doing while I cook dinner? They are either finishing up homework, they are sitting at the table playing with Play-Doh or doing activities, and I also turn on a movie around the time I start cooking dinner. It's just so helpful for me to turn on a movie, not shows, but an actual movie that keeps their attention longer. We will turn a movie on, and they don't just sit and stare at the TV. It's kind of background noise. They'll go in there and watch a little bit of it, go play a little bit, and it's just entertainment for them so that I can get things done in the kitchen. Anytime I'm using Alfredo sauce or any kind of spaghetti sauce, I will make sure I put in a little bit of water and shake it up in the jar and pour it in, just to make sure you're getting all of that sauce off the edges of the jar. And I also like to add my own spices to the Alfredo sauce or to the spaghetti sauce. I like to add in extra salt and pepper and give it more flavor. I just feel like they are just so bland and they don't have enough flavor, and we are a family that likes flavor. I usually run my dishwasher 1 to 2 times a day, depending on how full it gets. If it's a weekend, I'm more than likely going to run it twice in a day, and if my kids are at school, then I usually only have to run it once. So in the morning, I will unload the dishwasher and put all the dishes away and just kind of load it up throughout the day. When it gets full, I will start it. So whether it gets full once or twice, that's how many times I will run the dishwasher. So on this day, I ran the dishwasher twice. Usually around the time I start cooking dinner is really when we just kind of start our chores, and I'll wait until we do our cleaning, like cleaning up the toys, until it's closer to bedtime because they're just going to pull them all back out. So I will have my teenager unload the dishwasher for me before dinner if it's full. Usually I end up running the dishwasher around the afternoon, and then I will run it again after everybody's in the bed. And something I like to do with my dishes, because in the evening is when we all take showers, is take advantage and use the delay start on my dishwasher once it's full after dinner, instead of going ahead and starting it and letting it use all the hot water so that we don't have enough hot water for our showers. I will go ahead and push the delay start, and it will delay the wash for 4 hours and then automatically start in 4 hours. That gives us all plenty of time to get our baths and showers done.
Call 1,000 times, but I'm not picking up tonight, cause I'm a bit too busy serving on smiles, having me a real good time with a drink full of bubbles. It's the back from my health. Holy shit, I just stumbled. Still I'm feeling myself. I fly with the stars so free. Party all day every weekend. Make it boom boom to the beat. Make it boom boom boom, boom boom boom. Fly with the stars so free. Party all day every weekend. Make it boom boom to the beat. Make it boom boom boom, boom boom boom.
So all 4 of my kids have age-appropriate chores, even my 3-year-old, and we do not have them written down where they have a checklist where they need to go check them off. It is the same chores every night, and they don't have a whole ton of them, but it's just enough to be helpful to help me in the evening, because everything that needs to be done in my house in the evening is so much for just one person. So what my teenager does for chores in the evening is unload the dishwasher, put those away. She goes into the dining room and helps me clear off the table, and then she will wipe the dining room table down, and then she will sweep the floor. And then she will make sure that she's got her laundry done and her side of the bedroom clean. My girls share a room, so they are responsible to make sure that their sides of the room are clean before they go to bed. My 7-year-old daughter, her chores are to make sure that her toys are picked up out of the living room and her side of the bedroom is clean. Her clothes are off of the floor in the bathroom. She don't have any toothpaste on the sink in the bathroom. If they do, I've taught them to take a baby wipe and wipe up their toothpaste off of the sink. And my 6-year-old son's chores are pretty much the same as my 7-year-old daughter's. Just clean your toys up before we go to bed. Make sure all of your socks and shoes are off the floor, the toothpaste is cleaned up, and your room is clean. And I do help them with cleaning up, and my 7-year-old daughter helps my 6-year-old son clean the boys' room, since she does play in his room. My 6 and 7-year-old boy and girl play together so well, so whenever they come home from school, they are playing in the living room together, the kitchen, the dining room, the bedroom, all through the house, literally. So she takes her toys in his room, and the boys' room is pretty much like our playroom. We don't have a dedicated playroom, but my boys' room is pretty much the playroom. Arabella doesn't really play in her own bedroom. She is kind of outgrown stationary toys like doll houses and anything you just sit and play with. She just kind of likes things you can carry around. So one of the things for Christmas I got her, it's like a little dog kennel. It's pink and it has a fluffy little dog in it. When you push its nose, it barks. We got that from Walmart, but it is so adorable, and that's one of the things that she likes to play with. But she will carry it into the boys' room and play with it in there. And so it just works out that the boys' room is kind of like a playroom for us, and we recently did bunk beds in there, so there's so much more floor space for them to play. If y'all missed that video where we did the bunk beds, definitely check out my recent videos. So I'm going ahead and hand washing the dishes that did not fit in the dishwasher. And as far as the pot and the pan that I used for the chicken Alfredo, I did not wash those this night. I let them soak in the sink. And I added those to my morning chores, my morning dishes chores. And this is just a reminder that it is okay if you've got dishes sitting in your sink all night long. If you are unable to get to any of the dishes, or if you've just got a pan sitting in the sink, it doesn't make you a bad mother just because there's dishes left in your sink when you go to bed. It doesn't make you a bad mother just because you did not sweep up some crumbs that were on the floor. It doesn't make you a bad mother if there's toys all in your living room when you go to bed. In fact, what does make you a good mother is the dishes in the sink, since that means you cooked for your family. And the toys that are all over the floor means you're a good mom, because your kids have a home full of toys to play with. And the crumbs on the floor, same thing. They've got food to eat. They've got snacks. There's a reason there's crumbs in the floor. And it's okay if we cannot get to every single detailed thing every single night before we go to bed. Sometimes we just need to forget the mess and rest. A child's room gets messy because it exists for them to play in. The kitchen sink is full of dirty dishes because that's what it's for. The living room is filled with toys because it's meant to be lived in. A home is meant to serve us. We're not serving our home. Our home serves us. I said when y'all are done, it's time to clean the living room. It's time to clean our toys up.
Can I have 2 more?
Yes.
Okay.
As far as our kitchen table situation, I've got lots of questions about it. Y'all, I would absolutely love to have one of those big, long tables that's got like a bench and tables all around it, but we obviously don't have the space in our house for a big table like that. So our tiny little dining room holds a round table with 4 chairs. That's where my kids sit and eat. And the little brown island table in the middle of the kitchen is where my husband and I will eat dinner. And half the time, I don't even eat dinner with him. He's not home from work yet, and I will end up just standing at the counter and eating. But usually by the time I fix my plate, my kids are finished eating. I fix their plates, they eat, and then I go to fix mine and they're already done. So even if I did try to sit with them at the table, they are already finished eating anyways. So I went ahead and put our leftovers up in the fridge, got my kitchen clean, and I try to clean while my kids are awake instead of waiting until they go to bed to start cleaning, because I want to enjoy my evening kid-free and just have that mental clarity that I need to end my night to start a new day. And you have to give yourself mental breaks and self-care so that you can wake up and be the best version of yourself, so that you can be a better mom tomorrow than you were today. And I don't mean that you were a bad mom previously, but we always need to make sure that we wake up and try to be better tomorrow than we were today. After dinner is when we start doing our chores. We start cleaning, and I assist the kids. I also clean. I don't just sit down and make them do everything. I help them clean their toys up, and I kind of assist them with telling them what to clean up. I will say, Jackson, you clean up the dinosaurs. Nolan, you pick up all these balloons. We still have balloons from his birthday party, y'all. They just love to play with them. I've popped a lot of them, but there's still some lingering around. We've got them in the toy box, in the closets. They are just everywhere, kind of like socks. Every time I turn a corner, there's a sock. There is just socks all in my house. And the other day I was leaving my house, I opened up the front door to walk outside, and there was a sock on the front porch, and I'm like, proof right there that socks are literally everywhere in every nook and cranny. I love this toy organizer for the bath toys, you guys. It has a water catcher in the bottom, so whenever they clean up their bath toys, the toys are not just sitting in a basket with water on them. The water can drip off of them into the bottom water catcher, and I just dump the water out. And I love this bath toy organizer. it goes in the stairs. Little cars where Hot Wheels cars go. Hot Wheels stuff. And you're gonna go take your shower. Go take your shower. So Eric actually took over the bath with Jackson. He washed him and got him out and dressed him. So I went ahead and helped the other kids clean up the boys' room. And once the room's clean, I go around and I lay out their clothes for school the next day. I know about the organizer idea where you hang an organizer in the closet and you go ahead and lay out their clothes for the week. Unfortunately, my kids' closets are so tiny. We literally do not have the room or the floor space for like an organizer so I could go ahead and lay their clothes out. So every night I just fit it into my routine to go around and lay their clothes out. I put Arabella's on her dresser beside her bed, and I take Nolan's and put them in my bedroom on my desk, because whenever I go wake him up in the morning, my toddler is still asleep. So I just kind of go in there and wake him up, and he comes out and goes into my bedroom to get dressed, and that's just what works for our family. For my kids' toothpaste, my oldest just uses the regular adult toothpaste, but for my kids, they use the Colgate, the kids' toothpaste, and for my toddler, he uses a training toothpaste, and right now he's using this one. It's Cocoa Melon. They also have this container of floss so that they can easily floss their teeth. So I like to do wind down time for my kids, and this is where I will let them play on their tablet for a little bit because they were just flying through the house with all this energy and they need to settle down. If I try to make them lay down right after they finish their chores, they are just wide open and have too much energy. And I've tried reading a book to them and they just kind of fight over who can't see and somebody's in their way, and it's just such a hassle to read at night after I'm exhausted, and that's the last thing I honestly want to do is read and listen to bickering. So whenever I read to my kids, it is after school. We read library books around the time we were doing homework. That's when I read to my kids, is around homework time. So at bedtime, we just do tablet time for just a little while, and once their tablet time is over, I go in their rooms and take their tablets and tell them, okay, it's time to go to sleep. And that's literally how I get my kids to settle down in the evenings. And once they're all settled down and in their beds, I will head into my room and get some work done on my computer. I work in the mornings after my kids get on the bus, and at quiet time in the middle of the day, and at night. And that's how I get it done, you guys. Once I've done some work on my computer, I will usually take my bubble bath or my shower, and these are some products that I use. I use the Garnier micellar water to remove my eye makeup on a cotton ball, and I always like to use either Cetaphil or the CeraVe for my daily moisturizer and my face scrub. And then I have been using the Dove Winter Care body wash this winter. I love it. I love Dove. I feel like it's just so thick and creamy. For my bubble bath, my favorite is the Bath & Body Works aromatherapy line for their bubble baths, and this one is in the sleep. It just really relaxes me. I also like to go ahead and lay my outfit out for the next day, whether I have plans to go somewhere or if I'm just staying around the house and I want to throw on a comfy outfit. I will go ahead and lay that out so I can get up and put it on. So I usually just sleep in a t-shirt. I don't have a bunch of fancy nice pajamas, and I have a few like cute pajama sets, but for the most part I just really think it's the most comfortable to sleep in a t-shirt. So once I've got all of my chores done and my self-care done, my husband and I will sit down and watch a movie or Netflix most nights. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the Netflix started while he's taking his shower, and while he's in the shower, I was going to watch one of my shows. I have been loving the show Sweet Tooth on Netflix. It is such a good show. I love it so much. Definitely check it out. But I'm going to snuggle with Luna and wait on my husband to watch TV and add some bloopers here at the end. I hope y'all enjoyed our nighttime routine, and I'll see y'all in my next one.
Make some sweet music.
Elbow bump. That's my hand in front of the camera. Are you yelling?
I don't know. I'm trying to sing.